Hello, everybody, and welcome to lesson number 3 here on the Sim Racing Guide to become a better sim racer. My name is SimNick, and I'm going to be your teacher slash coach and teach you all the things that you need to know of how to become a faster sim racer. Now, you probably have your sim racing wheel set by this time. You have practiced so much. You know all the lines. You need to be straight as possible. Track limits, um, throttle input, throttle control, all this super cool stuff. You could use the boards and your braking, how much braking you need to put into the car, and you're all set. You've practiced, you've came this far. Now it's time for the big next quest, which is I think we're on 4. I could be wrong. The next one is attacking and defending. So pretty much this goes towards your very first competition race if you want to try it out. You've tried with one person, tried with 2, you've tried with 3, and you've gotten better and better. You've added. Now it's time for your competition race. So normally in these races, you pretty much have quests. Like if you're using Forza Horizon 4, there's going to be different classes: B, C, D, A, S1, S2, X, you name it. R class, you pretty much name it. Or if you're on another different race, you'll probably have different competitions: B class cars, D class cars, R class 2, class 3, class 4, GT3. You name it. It all applies. Attacking and defending is pretty much how we'll get into it. So pretty much, you know your setup, you know your car, you know everything. You've practiced this far. Now you're on your first ever competition race. So pretty much you know the practice, qualifying, what you need to do in order to achieve thing you've practiced. You've won so many races by yourself. Now it's time for competition racing. Now normally you would have to buy a car like one of these slow cars in order to move on to the next round or the next class, to build up to get credits or whatever. Same rules apply. You either have 24, 10, 60, you name it. You could have 100 people, you name it. And now it's time for your qualifying session. So now you're pretty much going to be defending and attacking people. Not physically attacking and physically defending. It's not like Call of Duty, or you have to defend. Racing, when it comes to attacking and defending, it's different. So, pretty much we're having a bad start to the thing. There may be contact. You may spin out during this lesson. That is okay. Your very first competition race is not the last competition race. It's just the beginning. So you downshift, upshift, you put as much throttle control. You have 2 people behind you. Let these guys pass. So you want to get Thompson. We want to get Thompson. So what you want to do is have enough throttle input to speed up your car a little bit. And that is attacking. You want to close that gap as much as possible. Put as much throttle input. Braking as much through the corner. Attacking is pretty much close to bump drafting, which is what we're saying in the next thing. Drafting is pretty much what Gonzalez is doing behind us, which is drafting, and he's gonna try and move around us, trying to figure out a way to get around and gain a position. Or crash and spin out. He would be getting a penalty, and probably you for causing a collision. Now, you don't want to do what Gonzalez did, was force yourself through the inside, because I was not expecting him to actually do that. So let's get a Hummler. We're probably really slow right now. Alright, let's bump draft and close the gap. Contact is somewhat allowed, trading paint, but you don't want to do that all the time because you'll get a penalty. You want to give space between you and the other driver. Front, back, left, right, top right, bottom right, you name it, and stuff. You're getting used to the car once again. You don't want to have enough contact. So let's use the next Mazda behind us, which keeps flashing the lights at us. Now defending, say that we're in first place and we're in front of this guy. Downshift, you upshift, you try and keep him at bay. He's gonna start gaining speed, which is pretty much clean air in front of us. He's gonna try and close that by using dirty air to get around us, to get clean air, because we're in the slipstream, which that's where drafting comes into play. And drafting is like in Mario Kart, where you have that drift boost and that thing to make you go faster, or that little hump with the spikes, and it makes you go faster because they're directly beside the person in their blind spot. And we are trying to keep this Mazda behind us. He is attacking us. We are defending our position because we don't want him to pass and us to be in last. So he's attacking, we are defending our position, and he's doing a really, really nice job. Where did he go? And he passed us because we left a little bit of a gap open to open up the door. Not the greatest. Now we're going to go on the offensive, which is attacking. Now we are going to put pressure on him, so he will have to mess up. He's braking way too early, So we're going to be bump drafting. A little bit of contact, put a pressure, a little bit of pressure. He will either go off the track or spin out, depending on what. Now, if you're attacking too much and defending too much, that turns into what is called a battle happening in front of us. Now, it's not really a sword physical fight. You're trying to fight for position and gain that position. See how he's trying to get up on his rear end and draft as much as possible because he's in that slipstream. What was I saying? I have no idea. So the Mazda behind the gray one is escaping, which is running away from the Mazda behind. This guy in front of us, this red Mazda, is gaining, which is increasing horsepower, and he's drafting, trying to get around him, and he's in the slipstream, which is a great battle reference right here. You want to use the slipstream and the drafts to your advantage because you'll both have clean air and you guys will be going fast stuff. Now you don't want to be going too fast because then going into the corner you'll probably mess up the exit point, which you want to be on the track, not off the track, and having a track limit penalty, which that will hurt your position ratings at the end of the race. So if you have a 10.5 second penalty at the end of the race, it will deduct your time 10.5 seconds, and if you're over that, you'll give the position back to the person in second place. You'll be in second, they will be in first if you get a 10 penalty. Now if you get a 1 second penalty, it's perfectly fine. Nothing has changed. You'll probably get a warning in real life racing for that. I don't know what but if you accumulate a bunch of penalties, you could also be banned from racing as well, because you're not racing the proper way. So the two cars that were battling in front of us were doing a really great job of, as a example of battling and defending. They were pretty much battling and defending is trying to pass one another without rubbing and shoving somebody off of the race. So pretty much you already know what qualifying is. Fastest lap time, a clean lap, and consistency. Another thing now we probably have said is consistency. Consistency is pretty much getting the same lap time over and over again, but getting faster. So if you're a 1.26, you'll have to look at the milliseconds. 1.261, 1.269. 1.260, 1.27, no, 25. You'll be getting faster and faster, and that means you're learning and learning. Sometimes you'll get distracted like me right now, where I'm talking and trying to get the cleanest lap time possible in qualifying. Which there's a lot of pressure happening behind me. Don't worry about the pressure. It's okay if there's too much pressure and you want to give way, just move on over to your right. But if you're confident enough, you could defend your position as much as possible. But you'll have to shift as quickly and consistent as possible. Right now, we're probably not going to have a really good lap time because guy behind us shoved us off of the track. We don't know what we're going to do, but I think that off-track thing hurt us a lot. Jesus. Very much a lot. You do in qualifying, you do not want to go off the track because that will ruin your position rating on the final race, which will hurt. As you could see, we went off the track I think twice or 3 times. Yep. P18. We have to work our way up to the grid on this small track at this. But now you have a competition race. Competition race is pretty much the perfect place to actually battle and defend, because that will practice for your competition races that you're going to be doing. Depending on if you're in Formula 1, going into racing, it's a perfect start. There's going to be a whole bunch of chaos, so make sure to go through. And if there's an opening space, take it. It will be used as your advantage. And if you go into first place, just remember, take your time. And what I quote on saying, and you'll probably hear this throughout the guide: slow is fast. Fast is slow. So if you're fast, you're slow. If you're slow, you're fast. And you guys may be wondering, that sounds kind of confusing and ridiculous. Why do you have to be slow in order to be fast? Because the slow you are, the better you'll have the outcome to actually perform and have a better lap times, and you'll get faster and faster and faster. If you overcook the power and you want to be fast all the time, that is completely dangerous and very unrestricted. And the faster you are, the less control you have on the car and the driver, which is yourself. So if you're fast all the time, for example, for being fast, you'll miss your turn and you'll get a penalty for exceeding track limits. Or you'll have to hit the brakes and you go off and you hit the wall, or you spin out and stuff. So you want to be slow because that is fast. As you can see, we're going only super slow. They're probably going like 200 right now. And we were close to 200, which lead us off of the track. Which causes us to panic, downshift, upshift, and we go off the track. And it's okay to panic because another thing is patience is key. And look at that. Those two guys opened up a gap for us. And we went cleanly through the corner and up into first we go. And that is going to be the quote of the day. Slow is fast, fast is slow. That's one of my favorite, probably one of my favorite keys to learn in racing. Yes, when I first heard that saying, I was super confused based on racing, and I took that saying to racing. It actually works. Now we have dirty air, they have clean air because they have our slipstream to come up and draft behind us. But we have dirty air because we're hitting all the bugs and debris in our engine while they're not, because they're sitting right behind us. But we have a bit of a huge gap, 3 seconds. 2.8. 2.6. So they're gaining. But we need to escape or run away. Now we're up to 3 seconds, which is a decade. Or a day in race years. 28 seconds is probably like 12 months in car years. In racing, lapping somebody is probably like a year's worth in racing algorithm. That's what she said. Okay, anyway. But right now, we are panicking. As you can see, we took the escape road because we weren't going to brake and we got distracted. So that's why we took... You do not want to try as much as possible to not take the escape road. You want to follow the actual track layout, not the barrier layout or the extension to bridge your gap to make it faster. Yes, I call it a safe zone because it gives you a safety vest, because they will have to go the long way. You get the short way. But normally in racing, you'll get a huge penalty, and that will probably cost you the win. The team win will probably get DNF'd from the race. Who knows? We have 2 minutes remaining. We have a huge gap of 6.5. Go wide towards the boards. I think we got the fastest lap time right there. Now we're at 6.1. You don't want to go straight. You want to stay within the track limits and the curbs. You don't want to go over. Downshift, upshift, downshift, upshift. Also works all the time. That's what I do. I do 2 upshifts and 2 downshifts. And we'll do it over here. Full throttle on the gas. Slightly to the left and to the right. Upshift, downshift, downshift, downshift. Upshift, downshift. Downshift, upshift, downshift. It's like a little Morse code reader. And look at that gap time. 6.6. That is crazy. That is blistering quick. Last corner. Listen to the, and then you could also hear the engine revs too. So if it sounds like that, you want to shift. If it sounds like that, you want to shift. On the final lap, last lap, pretty much. Full send it down the corner. Brake at 300 to 200. Brake again. Downshift, upshift. Downshift. Upshift, downshift. Upshift. Downshift. Upshift. Downshift. Upshift. Use that marker to turn into the corner. Pretty much, we were attacking and they were defending. We were attacking through the mid-grid. And look at that. If you took that stuff, you would have officially won your very first competition race. And it may take practice. It may take a few runs to try and get to first place, but if you're consistent and you feel confident and you know the car, for example, we are getting better and better as I could feel. We're getting closer to this car than ever before, and I'm starting to actually like this car a lot. But if you take all of that knowledge that we have done through the lessons so far, and you take that into a competition race, for your very first race ever, I guarantee it, you will probably come in the top 10. It may take a while to get up in the first place. You'll win races. I guarantee it. Pretty much Key terms to win your competition race. 1. Number 3 is attacking, defending. You need to attack your position to fight for the next position up. You need to defend your position from the people behind or in front of you. Part 2 is, second thing is shifting. You need to be quick on your shifting. You need to know and hear the engine rev to the max RPM and shift, either before or after. You'll have a limiter on your wheel or on the dash. They'll have LED lights getting closer and closer, and once that fills up, you want to shift to the next gear. And the main thing is the quote that we have said: slow is fast. Fast is slow. You can say it with me again. Slow is fast. Fast is slow. Once you get that through your few competition races, you'll understand it and you'll get faster and faster and work your way to the front of the grid and possibly win so many other races and stuff. Now, since we have completed our very, very first race from a slow car, now we're going to get even faster and faster and faster and faster until we get into insane cars. That will be coming up on the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching this 3rd or 4th episode, I think. You guys so much for watching and tuning in. If you guys did enjoy it and you guys like this type of style stuff, which I know you guys do, I hope this helps you out becoming a better sim racer. I hope these terms help you as well. Yeah, and I will catch you guys in the next session. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what kind of car or class you guys want me to try out next. I already know what we're gonna do. We're gonna get to the next slowest vehicle up one. And I'll see you guys in the next step. Take care, stay safe, and keep racing. Class dismissed. Peace out.